Hey guys, wanted to update you on the axe restoration project. Oh boy, have I screwed stuff up. It's very rare, generally I try to research things very well and do things the right way the first time, but man, I just did a horrible job restoring this axe, so just wanted to show you. Had a little bit of a false start, but we're gonna hopefully this is definitely, it's a usable axe, but, I've definitely learned a lot. What I did, as you can see, is I took the metal down to a nice shiny steel underneath. I wanted to make it really nice and smooth, but some of these pits are just too deep to do that. And I didn't want to ruin the stamp either. I took a lot of the mushrooming on the pole, and I ground that off. So it's kind of squared off in the back. And I did put a little bit of an edge on there. And holy cow, guys, was this some hard steel. It took forever to get an edge on this. And now it's sharp enough where it'll catch your thumbnail. So it's definitely getting pretty sharp. But I do want to get it a little bit sharper. But I did really have to do a lot of work on this edge. And this is an amazingly hard steel, so it took forever. The back here on the pole, like I ground that off in like 2 minutes. This edge I was working on for at least an hour, and it's still not where it needs to be. It's definitely really a nice hard steel. Just from my looking at it and sharpening it, obviously no one's thrown this in a fire and ruined the temper. So that's it. We'll show you the other side. I think this side's probably in worse shape. You can see I ground down a lot of that mushrooming. Not all of it, because some of it's pretty deep. But I brought it down to nice shiny steel, which is what I wanted to do for this one. And then for the handle job, I bought a boy's axe handle, because that's what this is a boy's axe. The 2 1/4 pound. So I bought one of these hickory handles from Handle House. And so of course I am a dumbass. Because I swear to God, I haven't rehandled an axe since I was a teenager, and I wasn't thinking, I wasn't paying attention, I was too excited, and I forgot that the eyes are different sizes. So I measured the wrong size when I did looking for a handle, so of course I got a handle that does not fit good. So guys, if you are restoring axes, remember that your bottom and your top are different sizes, and do pay attention to that when you get a handle. So as a result, for this one, as you can see, this axe is riding very high on the shoulder. It should be way down here, but it's not. I could have got it down there, but it required removing a lot of material, and I didn't want to do that because I was afraid it would break the handle if I took all that material out and I hit it hard. So what I did was I got it down as far as I could get it without removing a ton of material. And it's pretty close to where it needs to be. It's just not 100% there. And of course I screwed up putting the wedge in also. I didn't quite get it as centered as I wanted. So yeah, I've done a pretty crummy job. But overall though, it's a pretty good fit. Yeah, I just got a real nice profile to it. It's sharpening up nice and looking good, and it's nice and straight. I just did a horrible job. So just wanted to update you with that and show you the progress. If you're going to do this, guys, it's actually surprisingly easy. Taking the patina off of this and bringing it down to nice shiny metal took me like literally 5 minutes with I use an angle grinder with one of those sanding wheels. Took like 5 minutes, and it didn't get hot at all. Like I kept checking it and never got it warm to the point where I had to worry about it affecting the temper. Fitting the handle took a bit of time because this is really tight, and it took a lot of fitting to get this on there, even though it's not even on there right. It's definitely not right, but it took a long time to get it where it is. And man, I'm telling you, this thing is on here good, because before I even put the wedge in, this thing was on there like it wasn't going anywhere even as is. Now with the wedge and the metal and the wood wedge, it's definitely pretty solid. I took this out in the back and took it on a couple of trees I'm taking down this fall. and it cuts pretty decent. Obviously the edge needs a little more work and it needs some more smoothing out. I want to hit this up with some finer sandpaper and polish it up a little bit, but overall not bad. The 28-inch boys axe is a really nice length for backyard use, you know, kind of bushcraft kind of use. So I think this is going to be a really good axe. I may rehandle this down the line, I'm not sure. So where we're going from here in this project, of course, I'm going to get some nice fine sandpaper and smooth this out a little better. I'm going to definitely work on this edge a little more and get this, as you can see, I did a pretty sloppy job profiling the edge. So we're going to clean that up a little better. And then we're going to reconsider if I can find a better handle. I may go down to like a 26-inch handle if I can find one that'll fit that eye right. Now that I know that the eyes are different sizes, so I will. Because normally, you know, when I was a teenager, if I rehandled one, back when we had a wood stove growing up, you would just bring the axe head down and find one that fit. So of course I'm trying to do this online, so I just measured one side, and of course I measured the bigger side, so it didn't help me out much, but overall not bad. You know, I don't know if I mentioned, but the handle's from Handle House. So it's a hickory handle. It costs like $8. So altogether, I got like less than 20 bucks invested in this. And I think with a little more work and maybe a rehandling, this will actually be a really nice axe. So, you know, like I said, we're just gonna finish and polish this up a little better, edge work, maybe clean up the pole a little better. And then if I decide to rehandle it, I'll rehandle it. But if not, I'm just gonna seal this with linseed oil and call it a day, because it already cuts good already. So I think anything I do from here is just kind of gravy. And then once I get that double bit axe done, I will show you that one as well. And hopefully I've learned my lessons on this one and the double bit comes out better.